You go to my head, and you linger like a haunting refrain, and I find you spinning round in my brain, like a bubbles in a glass of champagne. You go to my head, like a sip of sparkling burgundy brew, and I find the very mention of you like the kicker in a July or two. The thrill of the thought that you might give a thought to my plea cast spell over me, till I say to myself, get a hold of yourself, can't you see? It never can be. You go to my head with a smile that makes my temperature rise, like a summer with 1,000 Julys. You intoxicate my soul with your eyes. Oh, I'm certain that this heart of mine hasn't a ghost of a chance in this crazy romance. You go to my head. You go to my head. Anyways, I wanted to talk about something today, and that is in the female-led, feminist-driven movement where it has many men that are at a local cultural dominance error, okay? Because men have been too dominative with cock and rape and everything, so we're in a public realm of a sexual identity that's been disrupted, of another sexual identity that's been produced by politics saying that men must have a local cultural default when it comes to male dominative culture. So what do we have? We have a very pansy culture of men, okay? This is where the girly boy and the sissy boy is justified. It makes perfect sense when we talk about the social science emergency for men and getting to men look at things like STDs, etc. Now, there's not much of a laundry list, so to think that there might be because of, pardon me, because of complaints that women have made against men. And, you know, in the set list lineup of, you know, areas for us to look at when we're at the home of yours truly, Tyler Lord Hamilton, and producing the show Living It Up, or Crazy for Tom Cruise, or whatever show we have that's being launched by girly boys and sissies for Tom Cruise. It's kind of GBSTC, girly boys and sissies for Tom Cruise. It's kind of like the Tom Cruise land, and he's like our Saint Thomas, and we believe he has a religious calling, and we think with LGBTQ and MSM, men who have sex with men, and lowering STDs and creating a public health awareness of high STDs in LA, Gay Straight Alliance, we can come together as men and work on a show, Crazy for Tom Cruise, so we young boys can have an umbrella, more of a clearinghouse, a landing ground, a backing, a footing of Tyler Lord Hamilton at Social Alchemy Project, which would be the ultimate transformation to be able to find a masculine man like Tyler Lord Hamilton and not another girly boy or a closet with the curiosity, my virgin soul agenda. So this is all very physical, spiritual, psychological, sexual in nature, and we want to make sure that you know, the copyright and credits go to the correct producers, directors, creators, artists, and others in the entertainment industry, representing entertainment groups, talent management companies, those responsible for every level of production crew for the beautiful music sung by yours truly, Tyler Hamilton. So in the show, there will be definitely a markup on anything that has to do with the strict attention of social arts theory, but the practice, the practicum, the study, and the research of, you know, how we are managing to find other men that are coming out of their closets because they're what? They're ready to spread the word that men have been indeed of a combination of sexual excitement and cultural recognition that men are weak, and men should not have the experience of enjoying their sexuality and their masculinity, and that's why gay men have become very pivotal and quite of an unusual thing when indeed substantially reshaping the psyche of the gay man to think now, okay, in this epidemic spread of loss of psychological masculinity because of women, where are we in the history as an important understanding of HIV and AIDS crisis and the static community that's not doing much, that needs to be of a set social relations study on the level of gaining the standard of HIV prevention for respondents of sexually based and hyped applications for dating like Scruff, Grindr, Jacked, Adam for Adam, Chatterbase. But in the renewed attempt to what? Build a community in the face of HIV and AIDS, we have to what? We have to find the apparent story that you have having to do with what? Alchemy. The alchemist change. The transcendental, narrowly focused change for the gay man or the transsexual or the transvestite. Doesn't have to be the gay man. It could be a man that likes to wear women's clothes but not really necessarily sexually attracted to, per se, men. This is a little outfit that somebody can wear. It's almost very gender fuck, you know, kind of thing. No. Now all this is from a gown that hadn't been completed. So this is basically the dress. You say it's full length, all the way to the ground. Very elegant, you know, very beautiful. So we're creating art, we're creating the social arts and things like that. And you know, I look like a pregnant man almost, but it's kind of fun. It's shock rock. So that's a little bit about social alchemy project access management. So here I give you the tools after screening you, asking you a few questions, you know, what your expectation is for your alchemy. Where do you see yourself in the future? And we stay holding you accountable through a kind of motivational part of me, to put it in my dentist so I speak correctly. Motivational accountability life coaching, and I create a social arts practicum for you as treatment in coming out of your web or out of where you've been placed in society. So you have the access to the management of your treatment plan for your own social alchemy. So what you represent in a world around you, not just personally, but the social laws and the social experiences and entitlements that we have as human beings because of law and because of a humane life sustainability, but because of science and because of health and because of good water and good food, so we can maintain good lives in the alchemy process, where it can be very difficult and we could fight the change because there's a lot of growing pains, as you can imagine. So, thank you everybody, and I love you all, and please take the best care within yourself.